Hey everybody. All right, another video in bed. It's almost 6 o'clock, but I'm probably gonna go to sleep after this. I haven't gone to sleep. I've just been thinking about life, everything. But the topic of race is constantly going on right now with the Black Lives Matter and all that kind of stuff. And I've seen other YouTubers, just stuff that'll pop up in my YouTube stream from channels that I'm not necessarily subscribed to. Some black people have had some videos that I was watching that are really good and their perspectives. And a lot of these people are actually sick of this stuff. They don't feel the way. This is such a sensitive topic. Okay, I just want to say some things about this subject. I already recorded this video. It didn't record. So I'm having to do it all over again. It was really good the first time, and now it's like it's probably gonna kind of stink. But we'll do it again. You know, I feel like I'm pretty good at impromptu or improv, more than I am with I don't do rehearsal. It just comes off fake and phony. I feel like everything for me should be genuine and from the heart, and whatever inspires me or whatever. Okay, well anyway, so I'm watching these people's videos on this subject matter, and I made a comment to this person about how I don't even know if they saw it. I'm not subscribed to them, but anyway, I was just saying how this person's a college student, and they're talking about what is it, critical, what is it called? See, I'm not a college student. I've never went to college, which is a good thing in my opinion. Just I don't need all that extra indoctrination. You know what I'm saying? Um, she she was talking about, it was a critical race war, or it's a terminology that people are talking about, critical race theory or something. They're talking about, you know what I mean. But basically, just discussing it. But why? Okay, so I made this comment to her basically that the only reason why basically prejudice exists is because it was indoctrinated into people to believe this. Where did it come from? Well, several places, but it's happened over, centuries and lifetimes of families and being brainwashed to believe a certain way about a certain color. Who does this? Well, there are several secret society groups out there that do things like this. I'm sure a lot of you know about, I know a lot of the people that listen to my channel already know these things, but for whoever might stumble across it in the future, I try to act like people who listen to my channel do not know this stuff, even though you probably do. But Tavistock Institute, they are all about social engineering, conditioning, figuring out, they know the brain, MK Ultra, all that kind of stuff. That's so society has been conditioned to view certain people a certain way. And it's always happening. It doesn't matter. There's always going to be something new to for these people to mess with. So what's the Freemasons motto? Chaos out of order. I mean, they love that. Got to burn stuff down to build it up. This is what they do. They like the roller coaster, You can never be too comfortable in life with these people. You've just always have got to be on your toes. They don't play checkers, they play chess. Okay? Hence the black and white tile checkerboard or chessboard. These people are very skilled and they know the brain really well. So I was taking a class. This is what my whole point of all of this was. I was taking a class a long time ago. I probably over 20 years ago. I was in this class. It was a women's group, and there was, I think, one black girl. I mean, there wasn't, I didn't, depending on what state you live in and what area you live in, the black culture in my area is not as dense as if it was when I lived in Tennessee, which I lived there. So I'm in a class. I would say probably, I think everybody was white. There might have been a Mexican or an Asian, but I don't think there was. I think there was only one black woman in the class. And the teacher, the instructor, brought up a subject about, I think she brought up the subject of minorities. And whatever she said, we only had one person in our class. And I think she was trying, it came off at first like it was to make this person feel comfortable. But why bring it up to begin with? This woman didn't feel uncomfortable. As a matter of fact, I'll finish the story about this woman. But this instructor actually targeted me because I'm very social. She kept talking about stuff and nobody was commenting. Nobody asked questions. Nobody raised their hand. I did. I probably engaged this instructor more than anybody. So I feel like I started becoming a target by this woman. I never really, even before this woman, understood narcissism. I'm pretty sure that this woman was a narcissist. Very critical of me in the class the whole time. And I want everybody to know I am not, even though I talk about shit that's happened in my life, I don't feel like some big victim. I feel strong, and it's empowered me to help other people to understand these things. I do the best I can to explain it to people, whether it's about narcissism, about brainwashing, about cults, all that kind of stuff. I do my best to explain these things to people, but I don't feel like I'm a victim. I mean, it sucks that this stuff happened to me. It stinks that it happens to anybody. It shouldn't. It's terrible. According to some people, if you believe in reincarnation, you were meant to go through that so you could learn life lessons. So if you want to, look on the bright side of life from that point of view, sure, go for it. Reincarnation, you're here to learn a bunch of lessons and get beat up. Okay, good. Anyway, so this lady is the conversation. I wish I remember the conversation. It's so long ago. But she was basically telling me, well, let's see, how did it go? We were talking, she's talking about her being, a minority. And I was like, well, I said something like they or them. I used those type of pronouns. They, them, I don't know. I said something like that. And then the instructor said to the class, oh, do you see what she did? So she called me out for saying they, them, referring to her as if she's different. But she's the one who brought up the subject to begin with. I didn't try to separate her from us. But the instructor brought up the discussion of being a minority. The subject of being a minority is a separation to begin with. I mean, this world is about labels. And I had a conversation with another person who was black one time, and I said to her, does it bother you if I'm talking to you, but I use descriptors to describe, the descriptor, like when you say, oh, that black person, is that considered racist? Like describing someone's color? Okay, if you're in a group of people and you've got, 3 black people and 7 white people and maybe 2 Asians, and you're trying to point at who you want to talk about, like say, oh, do you see that person over there? Like whatever, you want to talk about their outfit, or you want to talk about, I don't know. But that kind of stuff with just talking about the fact that they're that color You're not saying that color's inferior. You're not saying there's anything wrong with that color. You're not saying you hate that person because of their color. You are just talking about that person, and that color is a way to describe whatever you are. Is this making sense? I'm so I'm trying to get these thoughts clear. And when you're so like we're so PC all the time and worried about hurting people's feelings. What's the expression they call them? Snowflakes. I'm all of these new lingos and terms. I mean, I got to tell you, it took me a long time, when texting, on your phone first came around. It takes me a while to get into any of these, like even hashtag. I could care less about hashtags. All of these little things, all these jumping through hoops. It's like, yes, I am my parent. Okay. Anyway, that's a reference to the Progressive commercials. So this instructor, anyway, back to this black lady. I bonded with her. I actually had that lady over to my house. We ate together. I gave her a bunch of clothing. She was a plus size woman, and my mom I was slimmer at the time. I put on weight. Why am I telling you this? Because I'm a girl and I talk. Okay, whatever. We're just a bunch of girlfriends just having coffee together and talking in the morning. And some guys can join in too, sure. Okay. Anyway, now I lost my thought. Oh boy. Oh yeah. So I gave that lady a bunch of clothing my mom had given me, and she needed some like dress clothing, like, a dress and some extra stuff. And I said, oh, I got tons of clothes. And I gave her a bunch. And I actually had the conversation with her later about the situation in the class. And she says, no, I never thought that about you. I never thought you were prejudiced. She says, no, I thought you were being targeted by the instructor. And actually some other women, when we left that day, we were out in the parking lot, and several of them said that woman had targeted me. And I think what I realized about a lot of stuff is that I think certain people get targeted more because they call people out, because they engage, because I'm not some passive wimp who just sits along the sidelines and takes it. I express my mind. I'm maybe wrong a lot, but I still express myself. Everybody's out there always shutting you up and telling you your prejudice and labeling you and putting you into a box. And so even these black people who have these YouTube channels talking about these things, they don't like it either. And they're like saying, you know what, I'm saying they. See? What is wrong with that? They're put into a category because the world put them in a category. I didn't put them in a category. I consider them my friends and family too. This racial divide, this chaos out of order. I just hope people will understand what is really going on with all of this. I mean, I know my subscribers do, but for the people who stumble across this video, understand that there is something going on more sinister than just some jerk, as some people call them, crackers. I always thought that was so stupid. It's like, ooh, cracker is an insult. Okay, because it's white and it's assaulting. I don't know, because they're square. Don't be a square, daddy-o. Okay, well, I hope that was kind of fun, a little entertaining, a little educational, and just, understand why all this racial crap is going on in the world. And it's always gone on. It's because it's planned, and it's put there in place to just keep everybody confused and separated and never connected, hating on each other. I mean, even in the black community, they hate on each other because one person's skin is lighter than another's. It's like, come on, this is your family, this is your friends. I hear about that. Oh, I only like I'm gonna end it here because I don't. It's not my thing. I just wanted to address it. It's unfortunate. You got problems in every race. It doesn't matter. You got poverty in every color of skin. I mean, intelligence, color, skin, all. It's just one big giant pot of stew. All right, well, I'm gonna go. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a little goofy, but all right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.